they make solutions that never really get to see the market. Is that for you or for us?
Nope. I don't know whose phone that is.
You should definitely leave that in.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Listening Room. This is a space where real conversation meets real solutions. I am your host, April DiPietro. I'm the Community Resource Director at the Camden County Care Management Organization. And today I am joined by Marius and his colleague, Mr. Geir, to speak with us about a fantastic product all the way from Norway. So if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
Thank you, April. Yeah, my name is Marius Mathisen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Pletly, which is a care coordination platform for caregivers of people with different types of cognitive issues. So, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Geir Landsgård. I happen to be the chairman of Pletly and something called Empathy Tech, which we'll probably touch upon later.
Jump into, of course. Yes.
I work with a lot of social entrepreneurs and impact companies in Norway, both as an advisor and also as an investor.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, let's inform our listeners and guests today why I asked you to come in here. So, as you all know, this podcast was designed to help the parents and caregivers in our, not just Camden County, but across New Jersey, better understand children's system of care, the resources and services that are available. As a standard plug, Perform Care works with children 0 to 21 with behavioral, mental health, developmental disabilities, and or substance use challenges at no cost to the family. They just have to call one phone number. As the Community Resource Director at the Camden CMO, one of the jobs that I have and one of the tasks is to locate and find the good resources in the community so I can educate the care managers working with the families in Camden to valuable resources in our area. I had the privilege of finding out about Pletly from a buddy of mine who works at CHOP in Philadelphia, reached out to me and wanted to kind of join forces in presenting autism conference, town hall style, here in South Jersey. He did that through Bancroft, and the day of the event, I had a table right next to the Pletly representative. So I'm asking my standard questions, right? I'm networking, like, hey, what do you do? What population do you serve? And then I'm talking with my buddy, and he's like, do you want to meet the owner? I'm like, yes, I do. So I got to jump on a Zoom call with you all the way from Norway.
All the way from Norway.
And I was like, this is fantastic. So then we started talking about, like, how can I bring you in to share what you're doing with my counterparts in each of the other counties across New Jersey. And then, of course, the conference that we got to attend this week, which was fantastic. But why don't you share with our listeners how this came about? How did you come up with this idea and, like, the journey of how you got here in South Jersey doing this podcast with me today?
How much time do you got? That's been a long journey.
We're under 30 minutes, so...
Yeah, I'll keep it. I think, first and foremost, let's give a shout out to Jamil Owens, who's actually that individual you're talking about, who connected us. And he's kind of, over the last couple of years, become like a brother from another mother in many ways, because we have similar backgrounds, but also similar situations.
Shared experience.
So I'm more than the CEO and co-founder of Pletly. I'm also a stepfather of a young, beautiful woman who's now 21. She has the diagnosis, directly translated from Norwegian, moderately mentally impaired. That means that she's on a cognitive level between 4 and 6, maybe, depending on what levels of cognitivity. And she's, for the most part, nonverbal, etc. And I came into their life as a stepfather, kind of oblivious to how underserved this space is.
Understood.
My background is a tech nerd. I'm a proud, self-proclaimed tech nerd. I have a tattoo of the Commodore 64 logo on my shoulder, and I wear it proudly. And I see everything through the lens of technology and innovation.
Okay.
And then I came into the space of being a caregiver of my stepdaughter, and then I noticed that not only was this space severely underserved, but even more so maybe when it comes to technology and innovation.
Okay.
And then it started with then me trying to use technology to help her. She was then sitting at a desktop computer. It wasn't efficient at all. It had this like touch overlay that wasn't responsive. And this was around the time when the first iPad came.
Okay.
So we used that to help her, or introduced the iPad to her. The touch surface really resonated with her. And all of a sudden, it became kind of like a window into her capabilities. She did things that we never thought she was able to do.
She found an outlet, a channel.
Exactly, yeah.
Got it.
So somebody who then previously needed help with switching channels to find whatever she wanted to watch, and keep in mind then being nonverbal. So sometimes when we are trying our best, it almost feels like she's just, if you're close enough, that's okay, fine. It's almost what I want to see, right? But okay, whatever. Now with the iPad, she was able to go on YouTube herself and somewhat write Paw Patrol, of course, misspelled, but autocorrect.
But it figured it out.
Exactly, exactly. And autocorrect took care of the rest.
Yeah.
And then scroll down 5 times, find the correct video, fast forward to 2 minutes and 33 seconds, and then that's precisely that spot that she wanted.
Right.
So we didn't even know that she was able to recognize the letters to write.
Wow.
And that's kind of opened it up. Then we used the iPad also as an incentive and a tool to help her learn how to speak more short, simple words.
Yep.
And when I met her, she was able to say, "Mom, Dad, yes and no." Those were the 3 words she had.
Okay.
Coming in then as the new boyfriend and then stepfather, it's like, okay, we're going to make her say "Mom." What better present or better...
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like tribute of love that I can, So we started with that, and she loved it. She loved working on training to say "Mom." In all other situations, she cried. She didn't want to do it. She was not interested. But with the iPad, she was very interested.
You found a way to connect.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Then we made her in Norwegian. Mom is mamma.
Okay.
So it's like ma 2 times. So we just focus on ma. And she was able to say that just after a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And then the next step was like
double
putting
it up.
Exactly, yeah. And then we were on a shopping trip in Sweden, and context, Norwegians, we go to Sweden to shop because that's cheaper. Swedes go to Denmark to shop, Danes go to Germany to shop. So
all right.
That's how we.
Everybody's hopping around and go grocery shopping.
Exactly. Yeah. So we went on a trip that's like a couple hours drive.
Okay.
We went to Sweden, and we were at this store, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she said "Mama." For the first time for 7 years, my wife was able to hear her daughter say,
"Wow." Did she cry?
"Mama." She cried, I cried, Angelina cried, and it was the drive home, as I said, a couple of hours drive. I think we all was dehydrated of like the tears just drained our So that was like for me the moment.
I'm crying now. So.
Right, yeah. It's very, very sweet.
Yeah. So that was the moment for me. I understood and it had a new perspective on technology.
Okay.
So there's so much untapped potential out there.
Agreed.
And technology then can be a tool to really positively impact these people's lives, not just your own.
Right.
And can really bring forward all those people who are maybe then secluded into themselves because they don't have any other outlets.
Right.
Then I'm going to fast forward here back then into 2021 when in 2021 I've been a family caregiver for quite some time.
Okay.
And experienced a lot of problems and a lot of issues for my stepdaughter, but also my wife, burnt out, depressed, which again affected myself. Yeah, a lot of problems, and I think the core
It's layered.
Exactly. But the core problem seems to be the lack of communication and coordination and information flow with everybody in the circle of our stepdaughter.
Right.
So many misunderstandings, severe incidents happens, but we didn't know why. We didn't understand the context. Was anybody maliciously doing something to her?
Right.
We didn't have the full picture.
Safety is a huge concern, especially for this population.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
And as a parent, you end up in other people have instances of fight or flight. But I think parents, like ourselves, are more in like a constant state almost of fight or flight.
I get that.
Yeah. So having a more transparency is super important to get more assurance and calmness in the role of a family caregiver, right?
Right.
So
because we can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. So then in 2021, me and my wife, we were at the kitchen table, and we just bought a new house. We were going to renovate it, and I gave her a pitch, as I've done many times, trying to get people on board on my crazy ideas.
But typically not at your kitchen table with your wife, though, right?
No. That was that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a good place to pitch because you're sitting there in an informal way, eating dinner, whatever it might be, and people have the guards down, so they're more open to pitches.
This idea.
Yeah, exactly. And then I gave her the pitch of starting this company, Pletly, to solve this issue of the lack of communication and coordination. Yeah, and as a person, I'm kind of go big or go home.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just try to serve local municipalities in Norway.
Right.
It's a difficult market regardless.
Right.
If we're going to work hard, which you have to do to build a company, let's just do it in an environment where if we succeed, it can potentially have huge impact, not just local impact. So I reached out to a former colleague of mine, Frode Kjersem. He's now a co-founder and chief operation officer of Pletly. And we started doing some market research here in Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, tri-state area. And then you found us.
I did. I happily, very happily, yes. So jumping in a little bit more specific to what Pletly has to offer, can you speak to our listeners and just kind of share them the two sides of what Pletly has?
Yeah. So I would describe Pletly as an ecosystem.
Okay.
So you have one application that everybody can download from Apple App Store or Google Play Store, Android or iOS, for free. So you could register an account there for yourself and your children or adult with either autism or even dementia if you have a grandmother or a mother who is struggling with cognitive issues. And that is free. And that is a part of our social impact mission.
Okay.
So we're not building a business model around charging families who are already struggling financially.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then inside that application, you have this social feed. I like to call it the care feed.
Okay.
In our case, we like post pictures of, so we're coming up on Christmas. So all the experiences that our stepdaughter has around Christmas that we know when she goes, if she goes back to her biological father and stepmother, they are already aware of things. Right. And when she tries to communicate, it's easier for them to meet her. And
right. Because they have context.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we also have this profile there where you have like the most critical things to know, structured. And a lot of times the most critical things can easily be bullet points. It doesn't have to be like a 5-page. Exactly.
Right.
So that's structured in that manner, so it's easy to consume and update.
Front and center.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then you have information libraries where you can put all the more convoluted or complex information. So
who can see this?
Everybody that is then connected to the care recipient, as we call it then.
So the person has to give permission.
Exactly.
It's not just like all of your loved one's information just
that's
out
a great
there.
question, April, because it's a misconception when you could easily compare this to like a social media. And if you do that, you're kind of thinking, oh, so everybody can see what I'm doing.
And then safety becomes a
exactly,
concern.
Right. So it's not that, but it has some of the core principles of social media.
Some of the benefits of that.
Exactly.
Without the risk.
Exactly. So I'm Marius Mathisen. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. I have different values and different missions.
Right.
And I want to make sure the care recipients are safe and the information are encapsulated.
Okay.
And, so we are HIPAA compliant and GDPR compliant.
Okay.
And that's not a worry. So when you're creating the care recipient account, you have then also admin rights for that care recipient account. So somebody can send you a connection request, which you deny or approve.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then you have care, which is the other side of things, which is the providers, special education schools, doctor's office. In my head and dream, it should be like the dentist's office and the hairdresser, and everybody should be involved in this ecosystem. And that's
this is a full person.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a complete person.
It's a complete person.
Yeah.
Hence the name Pletly, I'm assuming.
Exactly.
Love that. Love how you did that there, buddy.
And you have COM in front of Pletly. You have COM, which is the abbreviation for communication, which is often missing. So then you have Pletly.
Yeah.
So that's where we're trying to build our business model and have schools and residential care providers, nursing homes, memory care units pay for access to Pletly care and be that other side of it.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. But if I'm a parent of a loved one, I can get Pletly Pal for free.
Yep.
And it can still be beneficial to me.
100%. Yeah.
Even if the other places my loved one travels or frequents doesn't have the Pletly care.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
You can build like the close circle of care. So like your, in our case, we, my stepdaughter, I had a son from a previous relationship when I met my wife, and he's also 21, so they're the same age.
Okay.
And he's her big role model, and he can do nothing wrong. And then having him involved is
huge.
Yeah. And
impactful.
Then exactly, yeah. And grandparents, uncles, even maybe neighbors, whoever is involved in a close circle of care. And then you have like the second layer of care, which is more the professional, and that's how the thinking is be the paid version.
And the individual with the barrier, the challenge, is a part of that process.
Yeah. They can
that's
also
really cool.
because they can log in if they are on a cognitive level to be operating an application. They can log in with their own credentials and use Pletly just as a role also of a caregiver, like a parent or a professional. But Angelina, my stepdaughter, she's become pretty tech savvy with me as a
Who would have thought?
Yeah. But unfortunately, she's not on the cognitive level to understand what's right to do and what to delete, not to delete, etc. Right. So she has literally like kicked herself out of the Apple family group multiple times.
Right. Accidentally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But does she like to look at her profile? Like, does she like to see it?
She's obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Obsessed with it.
I mean, I'm assuming the same way kids are obsessed with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook.
And if it's a bug, she's the first one to tell me. She texts me, tells me there's a bug. And I'm like, okay.
She's the first tester. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. You got to fix this, Dad. There's a problem. That's really cool. So, Mr. Geir.
Yeah.
I want to bring you in to speak about this fantastic conference that I had the privilege to attend. If you can let our listeners know how the conference came about, what the vision and the goal was, and what you as an investor hope to see with Pletly moving forward.
Certainly, yeah. Now, this guy, he's the idea maker and brains behind it. So I'll have to address that from my point of view, of course. But what we often see is from an investor standpoint and from working as advisors to these companies. There's a lot of good intentions and a lot of people coming from good sides, understanding the problems that you're facing on so many levels. Having a child with disabilities. They make things that very not often get to see, like the big markets,
right?
But they know the issue from really personal. So connecting those to both investors, customers, and others in the ecosystem that can help them scale, because not everyone has got the background that Marius has.
Correct.
Both as a parent and understanding the tech side and coming from a very empathetic standpoint.
Right.
That's quite unique.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he understands that it takes a village to raise a child.
Yes.
So if that child was your solution, as in Pletly, he understands that I need to make this so understandable for the individuals that are using this. So that's why the social media and things. So it's a very, very low threshold to take this on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has to have the features to use it on a professional level.
Right.
That's where the real it's seldom the technicalities that is the issue. It's how it's perceived, how it's used.
Right.
So it's low threshold, and people use it a lot. It's going to be an important thing for them.
Right.
You're basically building your kid's whole life in an ecosystem, and that you won't find that. You won't find that in health journals.
Right.
You won't find that. That is medical information, and it's not showing who this kid is in a context of the ones around him.
And it's so important because
it's extremely important.
Before this, to my knowledge, a lot of the individuals and the families didn't have a way of connecting their loved one with the community. So this is a completely groundbreaking way to do that, using your skills and your experience to kind of bring it
definitely
to the forefront.
And there's, within the disability community, within community IDD, autism, there's a lot of people working with this, but very fragmented.
Yeah.
Lots of
silos.
Yeah, there's a lot of silos. Yeah. So that is our mission, to bring those together with with an empathetic starting point, and at the same time giving them opportunities to connect and find customers, find anyone who could help them get to the next level, and at the same time bringing on the target groups that we're facing. We would like to have an area that is safe for these kids, for adults with these issues as well, to make them as well feel welcome. So we get the whole arena at the same point. It's not just investors, not just customers, it's everyone.
Yeah,
we need to understand this as we are part of a bigger thing. And get the thresholds down to speak to each other. That's the mission with Empathy Tech.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So speak a little bit about the conference. How exciting was that? Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia.
It was surreal. And I honestly, I don't think I've processed it completely yet. It was, so to put this in context again, and I'm going to try to be shorter with this story now, but in 2023, me and my co-founder here, Frode, we just put up a panel in University City to gather some people to discuss how we can empower caregivers of people with IDD and autism through technology and innovation.
Okay.
And we had people from CHOP there, we had people from UPenn, we had some founders and some family activists, etc. And that was so successful in terms of the outcome of the discussions. But also people came up to us afterwards. It's like, you need to do more of these guys.
Yeah.
And as a company, we also realized that, okay, this is a great way for us to also build our network and create opportunities for a company.
Absolutely.
Then I flew back home and I pitched this guy. And they're like, I have this concept of Empathy Tech. And a completely new word, because is it health tech? No. Is it biotech? No. It's empathy tech.
Yeah.
Having empathy at the core when you're creating technology and innovation.
Yeah.
Understanding the needs of the end user, but also having empathy for the situation.
Absolutely.
Involving them in the process, but also maybe having some of the early stage customers having empathy for early stage founders who might not be able to hit home run on the first try with limited resources and just trying to do good in the world.
Right.
We need empathy as well.
Yeah.
So that's empathy tech.
Okay.
So we did a conference in Oslo. Geir was then the MC, and it went really well, and people really understood the concept afterwards.
Yeah.
I had to convince a lot of people to get there to understand it.
Right.
Then we did a conference in Germantown with New Cortland, which is at that point piloting Pletly with their dementia patients, memory care unit there. And that kind of took everything to the next level. We had like 2 state
Lived experience.
Exactly, yeah. And 2 state reps on stage, and we flew in some startup from Norway. We actually had a Viking ship, 6 feet Viking ship.
No
we
way.
served the hors d'oeuvres there. Oh yeah, so
That's fantastic.
Bring in like the Norwegian spirit.
Missed it.
We didn't bring in that. Those were
And then I reached out this year to ASUA, formerly known as the Step Up Academy, which is a special education school, who is a customer of Pletly and has been very, very supportive of the Pletly journey and rolling it out to all the students and families, etc.
Right.
And wanted to invite them on board to co-host Empathy Tech this year. And I jokingly said, since you guys are called a Step Up Academy, let's take a step up from last year.
Yeah.
And they laughed, and it's like, okay, give us a couple of weeks and we come back to you. And then they pitched, okay, how about the Torque Club at Lincoln Financial Field?
And you're like,
oh my God,
okay.
I have to take a step up now. That was like,
Let me Google that real fast.
yeah. Well, I knew what it was because I've been there, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, great.
And then we just...
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Birds. And it was just such an amazing event.
It really was.
Yeah,
As a participant that got to experience it and listen to the conversations and just kind of walk around, the energy was contagious.
Yeah.
It was a really good feeling.
Yeah.
And inspiring, very inspiring.
Perfect.
So
Thank
well
you.
done,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
and we're all wearing green now. You see, so it's rubbed off the
See?
Eagles.
See that? See that? You're gonna take a little bit of American football back with you to Norway.
I was on the US soil for maybe 15 minutes before my co-founder handed me Hertz jersey and
Right.
Eagles jersey. So
Right.
go Birds. That's I have no other choice.
Well, that is fantastic. Well, I appreciate the both of you taking the time out of your
course.
busy schedule before you fly back to Norway.
course.
Appreciate the chocolate. I'll share it with my friends here at Blue Light.
And
But
thank you for your work and everything you're doing, because
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
it's
Love
very
it.
important to appreciate the work that you are doing, and also your colleagues that are trying to get this information out to the families
Absolutely.
who are dying and thirsting for the information. So
Yeah.
thank you, April. And,
It is a
yeah.
pleasure. You make it easy because we're not just looking for resources, but sustainable resources. And Pletly seems to very much be that for our families that we're working with. But to our listeners, I hope the next time you're back in the States, we could do another episode. Hopefully it'll be
sign me
talking
up.
about the next
Yeah.
conference that you have. But thank you for the dedication to the population and to not just keeping it in Norway, kind of bringing it overseas here. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
And for those of you listening, till next time, this is The Listening Room with April DiPietro and Blue Light. So thank you so much, guys.